standing in the middle of the Kaibab National Forest, one of Arizona's most popular destinations for hunters and campers. But because of new federal regulations, many outdoor enthusiasts may have to alter their plans if they include motor vehicles.
In 2005, the Department of Agriculture directed each national forest to determine how their forest is affected by motor vehicle disruption. The Forest Service then developed regulations that restricted off-road vehicle travel.
The Kaibab National Forest began implementation of their regulations in 2011. They have closed approximately 25% of their roads. But the most controversial part of these regulations affect campers and hunters. Campers can now only camp in an RV 30 feet from an open road, and hunters are prohibited from retrieving their game unless it is an elk. Hunters can travel 1 mile into the forest if they are retrieving a legally harvested elk.
As a taxidermist, Wes Morrill has heard from hunters across the state.
It's limiting access for the elderly and the older hunters that have been in Arizona hunting for 20 years, and basically they're not happy with it just because if they retrieve an animal, they can't go retrieve an animal with their quads and stuff like that because of the closures. It's one of those things. It's who's to blame. Is it the Forest Service, Game and Fish? We don't know. So somebody needs to figure it out.
In the small town of Williams, Arizona, business owners and residents alike expressed their concerns.
There's a lot of people who have been coming here since, for 20, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. I mean, there are people that are in their 70s that have been coming up here since before there were a lot of people, and they don't buy maps, they don't need maps, they don't own maps, they don't, they just come up here and what we hear from a lot of people that during that deer and elk hunts this last year was that they were pretty surprised by a lot of the road closures.
Gordon Wheeler, the owner of Elkhorn Trading and Sporting Goods and a native Arizonan, is also concerned about the effect some of the regulations may have on Williams residents.
If there's multiple access to one particular area, yeah, you can close some of the roads off, but some of it really doesn't make much sense. I mean, they're just, why close this road off and then next year then they reopen it again? They haven't quite gotten all their ducks in a row on a lot of it. And as far as like the wood cutting and things like that, the access to the forest, a lot of people in Williams heat with firewood. And they're 60, 70-year-old people that can't, haul wood in a wheelbarrow from the middle of the forest somewhere, so they need to be able to have access to be able to go get firewood more than 30 feet off the road. There isn't any wood left 30 feet next to the road. It's all been picked up years ago. So I think that some of that stuff needs to be revisited and, some allowances.